Hello, welcome to today's blog. I've just got back from my dog walk and I met a lady that I know vaguely. She's got a huge dog. It's more like a horse than a dog. And my little ones, my Jack Russell and my Yorkshire, they're a little bit intimidated by this dog, but they know it and so on. This lady's called Sylvie. She's not going to listen to this, so she'll not know that I've spoken about her. She's French and she doesn't speak English, so I'm not saying anything bad about her. I'm just saying she was upset. When I met her, I said, "How are you, Sylvie? Not seen you for a long time." And she says, "No, I've been away." And I said, "Well, why are you looking so sad? You know, what happened?" And she said, "Well, you know where my house is? The way through to the dustbins, which is how I get to the dustbins, it's a narrow little passage. The management of the area have closed that little passage. And they were very nasty to me and so on." So I said, "Well, you know, words are really dangerous. Words can really hurt you." And she teared up a little bit. And I want to read you a little scripture that David wrote. And this is Psalm 64, first three verses from the Amplified Bible. "Hear my voice, O God, in my complaint. Guard and preserve my life from the terror of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel and conspiracy of the ungodly and the scheming of evildoers, who that means sharpen, who sharpen their tongues like a sword, and who aim venomous words like arrows." Now that's the extreme case. David was often in peril of his life. Now Sylvie isn't, but just blocked the passageway to the dustbins. But she was upset. And I explained to her that the words that had been spoken are like arrows and they've hurt her and she's tearful about it. So I tried to resolve that by giving her some nice words. And here are the nice words that well, I didn't actually quote this scripture to her, but it's in Proverbs 25, and it says, "A word fitly spoken in due season." In other words, you give somebody a nice, kind word just at the right time. "It's like apples of gold in settings of silver." Golden apples in a silver bowl. Nice, beautiful. And I just gave her some kind words, and then I asked her to do a little bit of handiwork. And it's the handiwork I want to show you today. I've called today a box for items of no value. And here is my box. You can see it's just a tissue box. And in the top, I've not done much to it. It's just an opening. You need a box with a little opening. A tissue box is great. Now I asked her to find a tissue box or some similar box and actually write down what the nasty neighbour had said or done to her, but particularly said, because those words are like arrows. So I said, find out or remember what that neighbour has said, or that director of the group of houses has said. Write it down on some paper and then fold it and put it in the box. In other words, you are actually going through the motions of saying that those words are of no value to me. Words are only of value to you if you believe them. Yeah? And if you hear that Jesus died on the cross and he loves you, it's of no value to you unless you actually believe it. So when nasty words are said to you and they hurt you, you're emotionally wounded, and emotional wounds are the reason why the power of God doesn't flow. So they're a big deal, emotional wounds. Write down what has been said, what has been done against you, and then you fold it up and put it in the box for items of no value. Now, years ago, we had a neighbour who was in the Catholic Church, And the people in the Catholic Church, they were cliquey. They kept together. They didn't want really to speak to her very much because she was basically born again with us, and she decided to go to the Catholic Church. They just excluded her and probably said bad words against her. As a result of her association with us, she got a job, and she was well pleased with this job. But the words, the criticism continued. And I think my wife corrected me. I thought she committed suicide. My wife tells me no, she didn't, but it was an unhappy death. And she came to that unhappy end because I told her she knew about boxes for keeping archives in, because she was in charge of the public archive section of the town hall, the Mary. And so she knew about boxes and keeping stuff in boxes. I said, well, find a box, and every time somebody says a critical word against you, write it down. Take the bother of writing it down and fold it up and put it in the box. And then every time that thought comes to you, you say, you are of no value. I give your words no value. They are not going to hurt me. I've dealt with it. I forgive you for saying those words. I'm not going to get bitter. I'm not going to let unforgiveness morph into bitterness. No way. I'm just going to forgive you, but I'm going to give no value to what you say in criticism or nastiness towards me. Now, I'm telling you a secret today. A little bit of handicraft, an old box, some paper, and you deal with every criticism, every nasty arrow that's fired your way. Okay? I'm sure that's helped you. It helped me when I started doing it. God bless you. I'll see you soon.